Thank you. So I had a sort of a unique opportunity at Symantec to start our social customer care program. And at the beginning, I didn't really put too much effort into our metrics and data collection and all that because I was more focused on the customer experience and just providing good customer experiences to our customers. So as the program grew and I needed more help than just doing it myself, I had to start justifying things. And so it wasn't until maybe a couple years later I really started focusing heavily on metrics and stuff. One of the reasons why I didn't focus on it beforehand was because I wasn't really satisfied with the traditional support metrics and how they weren't particularly customer focused, like handle time. You have to get the customer off the phone right away, which doesn't necessarily benefit the customer if they have a complex issue. The agent is going to feel pressure to do this because they're going to get a CSAT survey, and so it's all just sort of, it's not the way that it should be in my mind. So when I set out to build the metrics for social customer care, I wanted to make sure that they were all customer focused and all things that benefit the customer. It was really important for us because that's the reason why we were out there. And so it supported our mission. So to give you an overview of what our social customer care team does, we're on Twitter as Norton Support. We have a 3-minute response time for our English responses, and we're 24/7 for English. We're also in 13 languages, and we do proactive, response. We do, obviously reactive as well for people who reach out to us and all that stuff. And then also our branded Facebook pages were there. We have a 4-minute response time there. And the same availability of English 24/7 and covering the additional languages. Some of the stuff that we do, though, going sort of beyond social networks, we go onto third-party communities as well to support customers who are there. A lot of our partner communities, places where our customers are likely to post. So we'll go there, we reach out to them and help them out. And we go to sites like Yahoo Answers, and we're pretty much just all over the web there. And then focusing on some product review sites, so on the Google Play Store, and then also on the Amazon reviews, doing responses, helping people with tech support related issues. So to dive into a little bit of what metrics we ended up settling on, obviously some of the key ones that pretty much everybody uses: response time, handle time, and customer satisfaction survey. We also used sentiment conversion for a while, but the thing was that sentiment conversion can only show you the before and the after of a particular time. Like, you can't see trends, you can't see anything that was, say for instance, a customer goes from positive to negative, you can't really pull that data out. You just see a snapshot of before and after in volume. So we wanted to take the sentiment conversion, which was something that was really key to us. Are we making customers happy? How well are we at doing that? What's our skill set at actually creating those positive sentiment conversions? So we set out to create a score that would allow us to identify that. So we went to the core of the sentiments, the different ones that are there: the positive, the neutral, and the negative. And this is how it was displayed beforehand. This is how we would communicate things out to our executives and say, here's how we are before and after. And again, it doesn't really it doesn't show you the transition. So we wanted to make sure that our sentiment conversion score met these different things. We wanted to be able to track the sentiment conversion over time to see, if some months we were stronger at going positive than other months, if there was anything that was pulling down the sentiment, making things negative. And we also wanted to report on things going in both directions, both negative and positive, and we wanted it to be simple. We don't want people to have to look at our metrics and then have to really think about what does this mean. We wanted to make it easy to understand. So we went back to these different sentiments, and we identified all the different types of conversions that could occur. And then from there, we applied a score to the different types of conversions. And so it was a range from -3 to +3, obviously positive being the best. But we identified all of these, and then what we did from this point was we averaged them out, and now we're able to track them over time, either through weeks, months, or whatever. And we have these different colors here to show sort of what the average conversion is. Obviously, if it's at 3, then that's everybody going from negative to positive, which is a huge jump. in the conversion. Not everybody starts off negative. Not everybody ends up positive. Some may end up neutral. But if it's in a positive direction, it is a positive advancement in the average. So this allows us to be able to track over time not only what the core sentiment is, but also what our conversion is over time, which has really helped us out to supplement sort of the other social analytics that are circulating around the company around social sentiment. We're able to say, well, here's the contribution that our team made to creating positive. So overall, when we display our sentiment conversion, this is how we display it to our executives, showing them the rate in which we convert customers, how many customers actually result in a conversion. The score, we add a little scorecard there so they can identify, sort of what that means, and then also the traditional for that time period, the snapshot, the before and after, because that's still something that is relevant. One of the other things that we've also started to do is take a lot of the negative feedback that we receive and find ways to bring that into engineering. So when I started social customer care, I was actually working in engineering. And I just loved customers. I loved social networks. And I was like, nobody's doing this at Symantec. I'm going to start doing it. So it was really important for me to get this product feedback back to engineering because I wanted our products to be high class, top tier, and all that stuff, and just not have any problems. It makes my job easier as well to not have to be out there fixing problems. So some of the things that we've done in social customer care to funnel that feedback back in is to look at all the conversations that started and ended, or either way, with a negative sentiment. And then we would use all the product tags and query tags and such that we gathered using Lithium response. And we would take all that information, we'd take the customer quotes, and then also looking at service escalations, which is another thing that we track. And then we would take all those things, and we would compile them up and deliver them to engineering. A lot of the stuff that we've been able to see, and I can't get into too many specifics about this because it'd be just talking about problems, that we have. But I have been able to see, we were in social at least responsible for getting something that wasn't seen in the contact center but was only seen in social because it had to do with a social plugin that we had. We were able to really facilitate getting these types of things resolved because we were able to show the real impact that it was having on customers by showing them these quotes, showing them these conversations, and saying this is the type of experience that we're giving our customers, and it's not acceptable. So it was really cool to be able to do that, and I would encourage you guys as well to really just embrace the negative feedback that you get. With all the sentiment analysis that's being done, with any response tour, with Lithium response, it's very easy to get this data. It's just you don't really want to sit on it. You want to make use of all this data that you're getting, and this is one of the good ways that we've been able to do that to improve the products for the Norton security line. So that's all I really had to share. So now I'd like to introduce Allison from Fitbit.